Gentlemen, start your engines. Oh, gentlemen, start your engines!
Go!
Oh, yes!
Gotta love that sound gear.
Testosterone.
It's all about Barrie Speedway today on daytime. If you haven't figured that out, a little bit of loudness here.
Yes, exactly. We're celebrating. Welcome back to Daytime. We're here celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Barrie Speedway. We're having lots of fun today. If you have not had the opportunity to get out to the track, you're definitely going to want to this year. So many celebrations happening. Now we have a whole crew joining us here, and of course, you know Gordon Shepherd joining me to the right. Car number 10. Is that your car?
That's our car.
Okay, and then we also have the owner, Peter Shelswell, joining us here. And then we have Marcus. Marcus, what's your last name? Keeler joining us as well. And of course, Mackenzie Wright is co-hosting with me over on this section. So I want to talk first to Peter when it comes to, because you are the owner of this team, right? And what is the name of this team?
Ridge Road Racing.
Ridge Road Racing. Now, as we are talking about Ridge Road Racing and this beautiful car that is behind us, let's talk a little bit about, you've obviously been involved in racing for how long?
Started at Barrie Speedway back in the early 70s, pitted with a crew, a driver by the name of Al Peary. That's how I got into it.
Right.
Had quite a lapse for a few years when Al got out of racing and met up with these young lads. Gord kind of grew up with my nephew, and through that watched him grow up and advance through the track, and made the mistake of going to the track one night, and that was the night he won his first feature in the late model.
Yes.
And got involved the next week, presented him with a check, and that was the cheap year. It's gone up ever since then, but it's been a lot of fun.
So Gord, I hear you're very expensive, is what I'm hearing. You're an expensive man. Gord, you are the limited late model track champion. What is that? What does that mean?
We have like a point structure during the year, and to be the track champion, it's whoever has the most points at the end of the year. So the better you do, obviously, the most points you have.
Yeah. So this is the car that you drive right behind us, this beauty. Let's talk a little bit about this car. So this car is about $45,000 is what this car that you're driving around is.
If you were to buy one of them new, yeah, you'd be around that. Our cars, we usually buy the chassis out of Port City, Michigan, and we build them ourselves.
Right. So tell me a little bit about being a racer and the thoughts that go through your mind. Explain sort of the pregame of the race.
Well, when you get in the car and you're all strapped in, sitting in the pits, you're nervous. You got to go to the washroom. You have butterflies in your stomach. But once you get out onto the track, that all goes away, and then it's serious.
Then it's serious business. Then it's almost like a tunnel vision after that, right?
Oh, you forget about everything else that you were doing that night, and it's you're just concentrating on trying to pass the guy in front of you.
Exactly. Now, Marcus is the man that keeps it all together, right, Marcus?
That's right.
You are you are the pit crew chief. You are the chief of all chiefs. So you are the man who is taking care of these cars and really making sure that they're running and functioning properly. So tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, we have a great team, and it's fair to say that there's nobody on our team that couldn't do anything needed. But as the night progresses, it's difficult because Gordy gets caught up on the racing itself.
Right.
We have one guy doing this and one guy doing something else. So my job is really to keep an overview of the whole thing and make sure that everything gets done, nothing gets forgotten.
I want to take a look, and Mackenzie and I were talking when it comes to the tires and the mechanics of the whole deal, right? So let's talk a little bit about this car, if you can maybe come on over here. Let's step over here. Okay. So, and keep your back here.
All right.
Tell me a little bit, and Mackenzie and I have questions, okay? Tell me
right.
about the tires and what happens? Like, how often are we getting things fixed up and people in the pit crew?
You know what, on a good night, we don't have to touch the car. But, of course, stuff goes wrong. Gord may not be happy with the car. You know, there are some variables to take into account. So the temperature of the track, everything. We may be trying different tires, new tires. So there's always something to think about, and he gives us the feedback, and we'll make a tweak here and a turn there, and try and keep him happy. Of course, he very rarely is happy with the car because no driver ever is, but they always think that the slowest part of the equation is the car.
Right.
But
not necessarily the
that's
driving.
the nature of the beast.
Ooh, I love that. The testosterone. I'm feeling it. Now, you had a question, Mackenzie,
Yes.
in regards to the tires.
How does a driver, this is more for you, how does a driver
Come
know
back in here, Gord.
when the tire needs to be changed while you're driving? Well, if it's like
Nice and
falling
tight
off,
with
then
me here.
obviously you know, but how do you know that it like needs to be changed and you have to go in?
Well, when you get a flat or the tire goes down, we have a pit lane, and hopefully the car makes it back to there, and then your team will jack it up and change the tire.
But do you know right away? Like, do you know, oh man, my tire's blown or something's wrong with my car? Do you know what it is?
Well, sometimes you can get like if you pick up a rivet or something on the track from a car or there was an accident previous,
Yeah.
you'll have a slow leak, and it'll take a bit to figure out that the tire's going down because the car will start going away on you. The car won't be as fast, won't turn as well, or it won't come off the corner as well. But then there's other times when the tire goes flat, you know it's flat.
Yeah, exactly. Which is there typically a tire that goes flat the most? Like this tire here is completely, like it's tilted. So is that one getting more friction than some of the other tires?
You'll find that normally the outside tires will take more, they do more work. And that's sometimes when you get more damage as well, because as you're sliding underneath somebody to try and take a position, you may have a little bit of a coming together and you may pick up some damage from that. So generally the right side tires take more abuse.
Okay, I want you to pop up the hood. Can you pop the hood of this beauty, this beast? I'm trying to act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to cars, but I want to see what's on the inside.
Forgot our.
Now, look at that. Now, can we start it up at the same time? Can you get in there and start it up, Gord? Because I want to see this bad boy in motion. Nothing's going to come flying at me or anything, right? No? Hopefully not. Okay, so let's...
It's going to get noisy.
All right. Nice. Okay, so Gord, obviously you're the man. You own. Oh, sorry, Gord. You own this car. This is your baby, even though you don't get to drive it, right? Oh, it's our baby. I like that. So, tell me a little bit. It came just with the engine, basically.
Well, we purchased the chassis from, as Gordon said, from Port City Racing. From there, we built everything up ourselves. Billy Howard Race Engines does our motors for us. It's a 350 cubic inch Chev motor.
Yeah.
It's got a few little tweaks in it, but so Billy's responsible for the motor. He looks after it all year for us and makes sure that we're competitive each night.
Now, obviously, it's made of very thin material. So, tell me a little bit. It's like the aerodynamics of it almost. Tell me a little bit, Gord, of what this car is made of. The shell.
Well, it's you buy the bodies from 5 Star. They have plastic nose and tail, plastic fenders. The quarter panels you can get fiberglass or plastic, and the doors are aluminum. And you pretty much you cut and put her together yourself.
Oh my gosh, it's like a cookie cutter inside. All right, talking about the inside, I want to take a look at the inside. Can you show us? Can we step on over
Yeah,
here? You can pop
absolutely.
that down. Put it on down. This is the exciting part. Inside the car. All right. Can I get in?
Absolutely.
How do I get in? That is the question. So that's interesting.
Well-
Did you see that?
Yeah, just pop the steering wheel off.
Just pop the steering wheel right off.
First, you take the wheel off. Then, when you go to get in the car, you always start with your right leg first, and then bring your other leg up, and then you kind of slide in. Think you're ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Are you
Okay,
kidding?
hold your
I was
stuff.
born. I'll put it in here. All right. So there you go, Mackenzie. If someone talks, you make sure they can
All
hear,
right.
okay?
No,
So I
yeah,
do this.
That's right.
Wow. And I have to slide my foot right on
Sit
the
on the
floor.
door.
I sit
No.
on the door.
Yeah, sit on the door.
Okay.
Lift this leg up
Yeah.
and put it in there as well. There you
I
go.
just need Daisy Dukes for this, Gord.
Yeah, you certainly.
Okay.
That wouldn't be awkward.
I think my legs
Oh.
might be taller.
There you go.
Hi. Oh, great.
Now, we'll slide back.
Oh,
There you go.
are you kidding me?
And then put the wheel on. You just push it on,
All
and
right.
it's
Which is pretty amazing because is this customized to you, Gord?
on. Some seats are customized to people, or you can just buy the head restraints. They come in different widths and sizes.
Man, you have quite limited view on what you're seeing, right? Like it's
Oh, yeah.
You're not able to really see your peripheral on
No,
this side.
we have a guy named Jeff Kukulik who does our spotting as well as Marcus. So there's always two guys kind of telling you where you are on the racetrack.
Awesome. Now, I wanted to ask Marcus in regards to the cameras. Ask him about the cameras.
Oh, the cameras that are on, you have your YouTube channel.
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel. We have camera pointing forward, camera pointing backward, and we have a camera inside the vehicle too, which we can remotely move around, so we can see the disgust on Gord's face when he does something wrong, and we can see the joy on his face when he does something good. So that's
Or the fear.
well, yeah, he'd never admit to that. But so we've got a YouTube channel. We put up nearly every race, good or bad or ugly. We don't hide anything.
Do you ever get like crashes on tape?
Oh, all the time, all the time.
That must be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, Mackenzie, throw it over to Alex.
All right, Alex is over there with some of
You
the
can walk
drivers.
over with them.
All right, I'm coming over. There you go.
All right, so we're going to talk a little championship action here. I'm in a bit of a championship sandwich here. Thundercar champion to my left, your right, and the Pure Stock champion, Mike Getliff, and this is Rick Walt here. So what's it like? Well, we'll go over here because it was both of these guys were in an amazing championship battle near the end there. Mike, yourself, Pure Stock champion, you came from behind in the final race to actually win the championship, didn't you?
Yeah, I was down 2 points going into the race. I got in a wreck actually in the first lap of that race, and it made me throw the points racing out the window, and I thought I had to win the race just to win the championship.
So at that point, you're just thinking, oh, what am I going to do? The car's maybe a little bit damaged, but then you just went for broke.
Yeah, I thought the car was done. I got hit right in the wheel, and for some reason it didn't really get wrecked. So I just went for the race win. I ended up second, and just by luck, the guy.
It by how many points?
I won it by 1 point.
1 point. That's all it took. Even closer was the Thundercar series. How close were you guys? There were 3 guys going for that championship.
I think I had a 1 point lead going into the night. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And come feature time, we were by the end of the feature, we were tied up for the championship. It came down to a tiebreaker.
That was pretty. Tell me about that last lap. Okay, so I think it was Dave Doucette is leading the race.
Yep.
He's your competition. That's who you need to. He's what, 1 point behind you.
Head first.
Yeah.
Bring me through the last lap.
Well, we were really close the whole race. Came down like 5 to go. I was trying not to make any mistakes and just stay uptight to him. And I got a chance on the last lap. I don't know if you want to call it a chance. I took a chance and I dove it in there. He moved up a bit, and once we hooked onto each other, we hooked, and we went an entire lap. I was on top of him to the finish.
I was there. It was so much fun, and so is Barrie Speedway. You got to get out there. We're celebrating 50 years. We're going to have more coming up on Daytime.
Welcome back to Daytime. We're here celebrating the 50th anniversary of Barrie Speedway. You're going to want to get there this summer. It's a great family event.
No way, I'm not getting there.
Exactly. No way Alex isn't getting there. And Mackenzie there as well. Now we have the crew here. We all got the flags. We're having lots of fun. But I wanted to, if you want to join, there's actually a way, Marcus, he's the crew chief, that people can get involved and race themselves.
Barrie Speedway have a race school, which is a commercial endeavor. You can come along, free book, and you can drive some of these cars around the track all day, and we'll teach you how to get in, get out, and go fast.
Can't wait.
I'm drooling a little bit here. So you're telling me there's an actual chance that I could get into this car back here, or are you just going to put me in like a small little Hyundai Accent?
No. We have full-on race cars there. We have 2 cars, more power, and these are the real deal. This is, you can do it.
We've purchased a few old NASCAR Winston Cup race cars, and they are official cars from there, and that's what we have as our school cars.
Now, one thing we didn't touch on is I don't know, maybe you did, Alex, but people are actually able to drive their own cars on the track,
Yeah, a
obviously
little bit.
signing lots of liability.
There's some crazy
issues, but
people out there
What happens
that-
with that?
During our intermission before all the feature races, we have King of the Hill, and you can sign up, bring your street car and a helmet, and you can go out there one-on-one with
Good.
somebody else and try your luck.
Gord, have you ever, maybe you're too much in the game when that happens, but have you ever seen at the intermission and you're watching someone drive and be like, hey, that's a good tip, I'm going to use that in the next race?
No, I haven't seen that. I've seen some people put their car in the wall though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure it's a
It's,
little insane.
it's scary at that point, but I have to admit it gets the crowd going. It's pretty nuts. I don't know. But there's some really good drivers. They have their own car and they can wheel it.
It's something to see them come around the corners.
Is the pizza man around anymore?
No, he wasn't with us last year, but he's a keen guy. He does a lot of work toward that every week. But no, he wasn't with us last year. No.
Has anyone
Can't
tried
think
to
of
put
her
the
name.
pizza man in a car?
Not that I know of.
Not that.
Which is probably a good thing because he drives like a madman.
So what can people expect this year? Why should they be coming out to the Barrie Speedway? It is the 50th anniversary, so there must be big celebrations and big wins going to be happening.
Yeah, we every Saturday night we're out there. We have our two big shows this year. September the 6th, we have the Canadian Tire Series. It's their only stop up this way, and they take over the whole weekend that weekend. And we have our big Gary Reynolds Memorial Race at the end of the month of September 21st, and that's our big race of the season. For those that don't know, Gary was a past track champion at Barrie Speedway, ran there longer than I have, and he passed away about 4 years ago, and we've started our biggest invitational race in honor of him. This show car behind us
Right here.
was his old race car that he actually raced, and the track bought it from his family, and we turned it into our show car as a memorial to him.
Amazing, very nice. That's very wonderful.
This is kind of where like that family aspect comes into
Yeah.
it again, where it's, if you don't have family that's all involved, that's blood, the people around you become your family.
Some of the things a lot of the people don't see, they see us on the racetrack banging and bushing on each other, but in the pit area, if somebody needs a hand, 3 other crews and drivers down there trying to get their cars fixed.
Yeah.
It is a show we put on. You know, emotions do get the best of some of the drivers on the racetrack, but when you're in the pits, everybody's helping everybody else because we want to put the best show on we can.
The emotions is what's put the show on for the fans.
Exactly what it
Put the
is.
show on for the fans. I love it. Now, obviously, you have a lot of stickers, a lot of sponsorship that happens as well. Now, I don't know if we really got to talk to that, but if you're a business and would like to have your name written on the side of these cars, there's an opportunity
There's always spots.
for that.
You could plaster the whole thing with a bunch of different stickers.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, everybody's always looking for sponsorships. Everybody needs sponsorships. It's a big part of racing. Good way to get your name out there.
The other great thing, some people may not know, we have you great people of Rogers here. They're taping our shows every Saturday night, and it's aired again during the week. So sponsorships, you're getting some television time too.
That is true. That is true. Is there anything else you guys can share with us for people who don't know too much about racing? Is there maybe any
We need
tips
to dispel,
and tricks?
it's not all going around in circles, right?
Thing is a big part of it. Like I raced my father. Gord used to race with his father, and like I said, it's guys helping each other out at the racetrack. That's a big thing for us.
So you may come for the racing, but you're going to stay for the people.
Yeah, the people's what you go for. It's the social aspect of it as well. So that's what I enjoy anyways.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Mackenzie, thank you so much for joining us today. Let's get in
Okay,
those
you
cars
got to
and
go
start
in
them up.
yours. Can I get in one?
Sure.
All right.
Get in there. So NASCAR racing every Saturday night at Barrie Speedway. Great way to enjoy the family, enjoy some great cars, and maybe learn a thing or two. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm sure you see this one more often than normal, eh, Gord? Maybe more than some other racers?
Don't ever get cocky.
Don't ever get cocky. That is a lesson that you want to learn. Don't ever get cocky. But he did say I fit perfectly in his car, so we might be able to trade off.
We should talk to him because there's a powder coat price
We'll
at the
talk
end
to
of the year.
him. We'll talk to
So they
him.
let ladies
talk
get in
to
race cars. There you go.
Thank you very much. Well, have a great weekend. Go do something productive with the rest of your daytime. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a good one. Get in there. Start that engine.